Hey, this is Ago, and in this short video, I'm going to give you the #1 secret to guaranteed sales success. Are you ready? Of course I'm joking. Maybe it's not the #1 factor, but it's definitely a huge factor when it comes to being successful in selling, especially over the long term. That factor, pure and simple, is your mindset. A strong, positive, growth-oriented mindset is a hallmark characteristic of a truly great sales professional. Everyone I know who's successful in sales, everyone I know has been selling for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years has a great mindset. Now that's easy to say, but it's sometimes hard to do. So I'm going to give you 5 tips for maintaining that positive, growth-oriented, optimistic outlook. #1, and this is so crucial, if you don't do anything else, just bear this in mind. Give your day the very best start that you can. Now for me, that starts when I wake up, right? So I like to spend half an hour to 45 minutes in the morning doing things like exercising, meditating, maybe doing a little bit of reading. And I do that before my family wakes up. Now I have 2 small children, so obviously I get up fairly early, but I found this to be tremendously successful, right? So your very best start starts well before your workday starts. But even when you're at work, dedicate the first 90 minutes of your day. I like to call that my magic moment. The first 90 minutes of my day are dedicated exclusively to high value activities. Now by high value activities, don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about cold calling here or email prospecting or something like that. That comes later in the day. High value stuff for me is stuff that is long term and it's strategic. I know it's going to build my business tomorrow, next year, and 5 years' time. That's the stuff I dedicate the first hour or 90 minutes of my day to. So #1, give your day your very best start. #2, build in mini motivators. Mini motivators sales is a long-term game, and success can sometimes seem like it's far away. The fact is that you're building success every single day. Every call you make, every email you send, every meeting or conference call that you have, every time you disqualify a deal, that's progress. At the end of the day, I want you to look back on all those mini moments and think about, what were the things that I accomplished today? And that's going to give you a sense of progress, and that's going to start acting like these mini motivators. So try to build in as many of these as you can on a daily basis. These mini moments where you know that you've made progress on something, and it really pays to kind of sit back a little bit and congratulate yourself. #3, keep your eye on the prize. Think long term. It's not because you had a bad week, a bad month, or even a bad quarter that you're worthless as a sales professional. Many of the sales pros I know who are extremely successful had to go through long, drawn out periods of drought where there's no business coming in. And the truth is, dirty little secret, this happens to all of us. It happens to me, it happens to you, it happens to all of us. The important thing is to keep a long-term perspective. Keep a cool head, think about the long term, look at your year, look at 2 years, and really think about the long term in terms of your own success. #3, reframe. Reframe specifically failure into success. There's a saying something along the lines of, if you do something wrong, if you make a mistake but you learn from it, that's not failure. And I tend to believe that. If we're always experimenting, we're always doing things. If you never fail, you never grow, right? So the important thing is to reframe failure into success. When you lose a deal, try to look at the reasons why you lost that deal. Do a thorough win-loss analysis. I'm not talking about a quick and dirty and on a blank sheet of paper. I'm talking about do a thorough win-loss analysis, especially if it was an important deal. Talk to the prospect, call them up. I know it's scary, but call them up and say, why did you decide to go with my competitor? Was there anything that I could have done better? That way you can start reframing failure into success. And then finally, and I know this is going against the grain of what a lot of experts out there are telling you, quit while you're ahead. What I mean by that is, hey, listen, I know there's 24 hours in the day, but nobody says that you have to be working for 16 out of those. I know there's a huge pressure on you to make that last call, send that last email, have that last meeting. My theory, it's better to quit while you're ahead. Keep your hours reasonable. Make sure that you invest in time, in yourself, in your own well-being, in your health, in your family, in your hobbies, in your spiritual well-being, in your mindset. And over time, that's going to guarantee that you have a steady, rising level of performance. So there you go, 5 quick things to help you boost and maintain a positive, growth-oriented, productive mindset, day in, day out, week in, week out, year in, year out. Number one, give your day your best start. Number two, build in mini motivators. Number three, keep your eye on the prize, think long-term. Number four, reframe failure into success. And number five, quit while you're ahead. If you like this kind of practical, tangible sales advice, subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's tons more videos on this channel. There's tons more videos even coming. I look forward to seeing you on the next video.